Number 18, the guy that is currently one spot ahead of Kyler Murray is
Derek Carr, the New Orleans Saints quarterback, right? Derek Carr, again, a guy been around for a long time, smart, right? I mean, he's going to attack the game with the right professional attitude, a reliable veteran.
Really exciting breakdown of your 18 quarterbacks.
I know. Well, hey, a reliable veteran but safe decision maker who just never seems to let it fly. And he came off. It's a down year for Derek Carr, right? I mean, he's a guy that, we've had years where he's 4 or 5 spots ahead of this. He's been fringe top 10,
he
11.
was 11 last year.
Right. So he's got some ability there. But the last year was bad. And I don't know where, we're going to see where it goes here with New Orleans. But I think with Derek Carr, like I talked about, knows how to play the position. I know that. Good, quick, tight release, good decision maker, got good, quick feet in the pocket, right? All that. Has touch and anticipation. But, my big thing, and you've heard me say this in years past, where I thought last year 2 years ago was better. This year he took a step back in this department. He is too safe of a decision maker, and he not only too safe of a decision maker, but also at times doesn't want to throw the appropriate ball into some, tough situations where I go, oh, no, you got to throw the heater right here, and you got to, put some juice on it and hit the guy right in front of the numbers, and he's open and do it, right, where he can be reluctant to throw that ball, or he throws a ball where he throws it really safe, and he's like, hey, maybe my guy gets it or no guy gets it, and I want to go, okay, that's okay, but, hey, you're playing a good team here. You got to throw this strike here in this moment, right? And those are things that, he can miss at times. Like I wrote, he can't always paint the corners with his fastball. I want more tight window throw accuracy. He can do it, but it's like he doesn't trust himself at times, right? Because you see it. I see every now and then. I go, oh, there it is. Now, why didn't he do it the next 6 times in the same opportunity? That's where I don't get, at times. And then, doesn't let down plays develop enough. That would be the other thing that was a real negative to me, where, again, drop back to pass, and it's different than Kyler Murray here. Drop back to pass. Hey, you've been playing football a while. You can see that corner route's about to come open against this coverage. You're protected. Pat the ball one other time and then hit him for a 25-yard gain. Instead, the ball's already out and it's in the flat for a 4-yard gain, right? Where you go, hey, good play, completion, but I'm sitting there going, man, the pocket was perfect. There's about to be a guy. Devontae's coming open for a 30-yard gain. Why are we worried about throwing the ball in the flat to Foster Moreau or whoever, right? So that's another negative of his game right now that hurt a little bit this last year.
So let's look at his ranks last year compared to the rest of his career, because it was, in many accounts, like his worst statistical career or year in his career. I think for completion percentage, it was his lowest since his rookie year. Yards per game, lowest since 2017. So what you just described right there, if you were just didn't know the ranking, seems to me like a guy who's in the Sam Darnold, Kenny Pickett, Baker Mayfield, like mid to late 20s range. So clearly you like him better than those guys.
I like him because he has the ability to run an offense and execute the offense. That's where he's got some of those guys beat, right? But like Sam Darnold, where he'll let it fly, maybe a little too much. But he'll be like, oh, wait, I can see this 20-yard route's going to come open. I'm going to hang in here and throw it.
So Derek Carr at his best does what? Derek
Carr at his best has a great blend of letting the system work for him and then having some, difference-making, a splash of difference-making plays or throws every game. That's what I feel like we saw in their playoff run 2 years ago. Surgical, can do the offense, make right decision, and every now and then we need you to make a play, Derek Carr, and he did that. This past year was, almost a reversal of that. One, told you about the downfield plays, see it over and over, missed big play opportunities all year long, and then, played some of his worst football in some of the biggest moments of the year. I think that's the other thing you look at too. And again, we talk about, some other guys in some tough situations or whatever else. Hey, I know he was learning the new offense, and that's part of the problem here too. But it's like, some of it's like, man, it doesn't matter what offense you're in. This play is the same in Gruden's offense or McDaniel's offense. And, you're too good to make that decision or not go to the second guy here or whatever else. There's that, but the missed throws and turnovers and lack of aggressive plays in big moments were a huge part of the Raiders not getting to the playoffs or the record they had this year. That was the one thing when I started to go back and watch his games, whether it's horrible turnover in the Rams game when they're in control, or missing horrible turnovers and missed throws and big moments against the Steelers, missing Hunter Renfrow wide open down the middle.
Yeah.
Some plays left on the board in the Jaguars game where they were up 27-10. He could have made a few plays and put the game away. There's a lot of that this past year, and I think that's what leads me to make him number. What the hell number
18,
are we on? 18.
Yeah, so Saints fans are like, oh, cool. Chris has got Derek Carr in the top 20. Let's go listen to it. Ooh, ouch. Ooh, ah, ooh. So let me throw this at you. And Pete notes in a rundown, he's 32 years old, but does he get enough credit for what he has done up to this point in his career? So with the Raiders, where he ranks like with the all-time rank, I mean, he was there for quite a long time, and they were pretty good. They had a playoff run there. He didn't get to play in that because he was hurt in the playoffs, but I think we have his franchise ranks with the Raiders, and this is all the franchise records. So, yeah, he's number one in passing yards, passing touchdowns, fourth quarter comebacks, game-winning drives, and starts by a quarterback. Man, the Raiders maybe didn't know what they had.
Well, I get that. But a little bit of that is like circumstance, lack of other options. They never brought anybody in to compete with them. I mean, again, all of that is all good, but it's also like it didn't translate to a ton of wins, and it led to one playoff game, right?
Well, let me say this to you now, as I continue to try to get you to say something positive about your 18 quarterback. Josh,
I got plenty to say. I know.
You have. But Josh would take him back right now with the uncertainty what's happening with Jimmy Garoppolo, that he probably is or would have been a better choice.
Well, maybe. I don't know if they, knowing that group there, like the things I explained. And I think the leadership style and all that, I just don't think that's their cup of tea, right? Now, listen, I know the Jimmy Garoppolo situation has certainly made things interesting there, right? Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying. But I think he's more their cup of tea, stand in the pocket. Oh, it's tight window. We don't care. And, Jimmy likes that. Tight pocket, work it in there, throw it in the tight window, hang in there, take the shot. That's Jimmy Garoppolo is willing to do that. So that's something for sure. And I'm not giving up on Derek Carr. I'm not. There's still Derek Carr, there's still a lot of good.
But the clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking. And again, I think, he had a great career there, statistics and all that. But yeah, can we question, can he take a team and carry them on his back? Can he be the kind of leader that, the whole team rallies around? I think those are still questionable type of things in his career there. He doesn't have big time, physical ability, smart, quick release, pretty accurate. I get that. But it's like a little above average athlete for the NFL quarterback this day and age, right? And a little above average arm strength for the NFL quarterback this day and age. That doesn't mean you can't be successful and real good.
Yeah.
But, you need to be really good in some of these other departments if those are some of your physical qualities, you're bringing to the table.
Derek Carr may wish he wasn't ranked at all. He just wishes he was outside the top 40.
Damn, was I that negative?
No, but I mean, you're just realistic with, a guy who you had 11th last year, so of course you think you took a step back, and here are the reasons why you think you took a step back. You mentioned that the offense too with McDaniels and Gruden. I mean, they're trying to do a lot of the same things. With Gruden, though, he looked a lot better.
I know.
And now you've heard reports of Gruden hanging out with the Saints maybe, so maybe he does unlock some things.
I think Gruden in that system fits him better.
Okay.
Get the ball out, quick decisions, don't hang in the pocket and all that.
So he could look better this year if Gruden's around.
And Gruden's offense a lot of time is short to long is the look. Where McDaniels in New England, it's Bill Parcells, the Giants, it's definitely long to short, and it's hang in there because you see that guy's going to be open. And that's maybe not his best part of his game there, right? To where I think this offense and where Gruden is, hey, West Coast, get the ball out, smart decision, get it out. Just keep doing that, and then they dial up the big play, right? That's what they do. That's what Gruden does. Here's 5 yards, 8 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards. Okay, they're playing a little that too much of that. Hey, remember that play we drew up on Wednesday? Here comes the corner post for 60, right? You know when I call this, I want you to throw the post, period, right? Where in like McDaniel's offense, it's part of the read. And it's like, what, the corner post was there. Why the hell didn't you stand in there and make the throw? Right? And it's a little different that way. So that's where the offensive rhythm mindset's a little different, and I don't know if it fit, simpatico there. But we'll see. He's a guy that I know is driven. He works hard, and maybe just needed a new change of scenery, and he gets back into an offense that fits him.
And he is ranked as your top NFC South quarterback on your list. He's ahead of Baker and Andy Dalton and Heineke and Bryce Young and Desmond Ridder. Does that make the Saints your favorite in the NFC South right now?
The Saints,
I think they're plus. They are the favorite, right?
The
they're
Saints
plus
and the Falcons would be my two favorites, and the Saints. I mean, if you made me bet money, I'd probably bet on the Saints just because of the Derek Carr situation. Again, really good defense. Offensive line's very good. They can run the ball, and we've hit on it. You talk about Michael Thomas back in the fold with Olave and Rashid Shaheed and Jawan Johnson at running back. I mean, at tight end, and Kamara, depending on his situation of suspension and all that. I mean, they have a chance, I think, to be definitely one of those teams that kind of rises on the scene.
You'd bet on Derek Carr having a better year than he had last year.
Definitely. Okay. I would. Listen, he's been through a lot. I think it's this change of scenery, a little new energy, all of that will do him a lot of good here, and I'm excited for his new start in New Orleans. Yo, thanks for watching, homies. It's the off season, but there's no off season for us here at Unbuttoned. Me, Ahmed Fareed, we're going to hit all the stories. So hit subscribe for us, okay? We got a ton coming up. My draft prospect rankings, my Simms top 40 quarterback countdown, and videos of me and NFL QBs playing catch and talking about their development and mechanics. Again, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out, homies. See you soon.